This is king of mountain bike trails in Vietnam, allows you to reach one of the most delightful parts of the northern top in Vietnam, where you'll find big rolling hills, great views, and speedy open descents with good sight lines. A single track in the middle reminds you what real mountain biking is all about. At its end, it lands you on a steady climb that takes you over some grand hill tops and more amazing views for some excellent descending. This allows you to reach one of the most delightful parts of the northern top in Vietnam, where you'll find big rolling hills, great views, and speedy open descents with good sight lines. A single track in the middle reminds you what real mountain biking is all about. At its end, it lands you on a steady climb that takes you over some grand hill tops and more amazing views for some excellent descending. With enough left in the legs, the day can be rounded off by dragging yourself up and ripping down trails. By that stage in the day, they usually are pretty empty. The images below were taken on a series of visits. They say more than I could about the type of riding atmosphere on the route. There's no doubt I'll be returning just as many times. We are supported by a sturdy transit van on the main road. Motorbike is perfectly equipped support for the terrain. Someday we not riding from hotel to hotel, but not an entirely comfortable passenger vehicle, and participants should sign up expecting to ride as much of the tour as they can. This trip is 8 out of 10 difficult mountain bike with off-road terrain, dirt trails, single track, tough. That is real mountain bike trip. Highlight of this trip. Ride the best of northern Vietnam, 1/2 day and 8 full day, cover 700 kilometers, climb 600-2000 m per day, riding through remote mountain area. This is king of mountain bike trails Vietnam, most delightful parts of the northern top in Vietnam, big rolling hills, great views, and speedy open descents with good sight lines. A single track in the middle reminds you what real mountain biking is all about, level 5 or extreme mountain bike. Night 1, night train, Hanoi, Lao Cai, meet in hotel, then transfer, 15 foot, to train station, take overnight train to Lao Cai. Night in train from 22 to 6 o'clock +1 next day. Day 1, Lao Cai Bac Ha. Distance ride, plus 42 kilometers, D plus, 1250 m D-500 m, 60% off-road, dirt road, trails, single track uphill. Arrival Lao Cai at 6 a.m. in the morning, breakfast in local restaurant. Transfer by van to Bao Nai, stating riding on asphalt back road, 17 kilometers, then go off-road uphill with 2 of climbing in 10%, more than 6 and 5 kilometers per one climb. After more than 10 kilometers we arrival villages where we will stop for lunch, after lunch riding down to river, then long uphill to Bac Ha. Overnight in Bac Ha. Dinner and overnight in local house. Day 2, Bac Ha, Exan Man. Total suggested cycling 45 kilometers, of which a minimum of 20 kilometers are off-road. After breakfast in hotel, we start biking directly from hotel, climb above Bac Ha through Di Thao. Continue riding off-road to Nama villages. Stop somewhere for lunch, then ride off-road in the mountain on a wide track to a mountain pass and long asphalt downhill to Exan Man, overnight in Exan Man, dinner and overnight at basic hotel. D plus, 1400 m D-1600 m. Day 3, Exan Man, Hong Su Phi. Total distance 65 kilometers, of which off-road cycling 30 kilometers, optional cycling maximum 65 kilometers. After breakfast climb, start biking from hotel on flat asphalt road. After some 15 kilometers we take an off-road track, pretty wide, and start climbing on the left. After many villages and a beautiful narrow suspension bridge, we enjoy a long single track section, starting on terraces by a long climb, leading to an off-road pass, about 1000 m of elevation, and finishing on a long downhill through rainforest. Lunch consists of noodle soup and breads, fruits, tea, coffee. Then we get to the asphalt road that leads to Ho Thao, where the minibus is waiting. One motorbike will assist the group until meeting with the minibus. The vehicle takes the guests from this meeting point over a small asphalt pass, tough climb and long steep downhill. Night in small house in Hong Su Phai. Day 4, Hong Su Phai, Vi Shuyan. Distance ride, plus 50 kilometers, D plus, 1100 md-, 1230 m, single track, 100% off-road. About 5 kilometers, an off-road track, pretty wide, start climbing on the left. After many villages and a beautiful narrow suspension bridge, we enjoy a long single-track section, starting on terraces by long climb, leading to an off-road pass, about 1300 m of elevation, and finishing on a long downhill through waterfalls and rainforest. Lunch with noodle soup and breads, fruits, tea, coffee. Then we get to the asphalt where the minibus is waiting at Vang Luang, take short transfer, 15 foot, to hotel night in hotel. Day 5, Vi Shuyan, Ha Jiang. In the morning after breakfast group. We'll cycling out of the city, 5 kilometers. Then off-road cycling through basically flat countryside for some 35 kilometers. After lunch we get to Ha Jiang city. Afternoon free time for relax, dinner and overnight in Ha Jiang. Day 6, Hagiang, Quanba distance, plus dash 50 km, D plus, 1500 md-, 1330 m, 10% off-road. After breakfast, we cycle up to the mountain. After 22 kilometers on the asphalt road, we start with a relatively hard of 27 kilometers off-road with 7 kilometers ride uphill. Then we climb some mountain pass until we get on the top of Quanba Pass, 1230 m. Before we hit the first of 2 major downhill. As we start the downhill, we slowly start to witness the beauty of Quanba Highland. Overnight in Quanba. Day 7, Quanba Dong Van Mio Vac, distance, plus dash 70 km, D plus, 1300 md-, 1330 m, 8% off-road. Today we head for Mio Vac. We start biking on the road. After that we go ahead with car track, broken road. Some part are very bad, but we are biking in the most beautiful track in Vietnam, and that is truly mountain. Bike. Night in very basic hotel in Mio Vac. Day 8, Mio Vac, Bao Lac, distance, plus dash 65 km, D plus, 1500 md-, 1330 m, 40% off-road. Today we are in the second day of extreme riding day. We cycling some part of the road is bad with track, off-road, but great view along of Gam River. This is totally a new road, built on the former trail of the Flower H. Hmong tribes. We have climbed with the first one more than 3 kilometers, last one Ma Pai Leng with 12 kilometers downhill before we arrival Mio Vac continue to Khao Vai and we stat biking and off-road. The road is car track, broken road, some part are very bad but we are biking in the most beautiful track in Southeast Asia, that is truly off-road. Final transfer, 25 or 30 kilometers, in minibus to Bao Lac. Night in very basic hotel in Bao Lac. Lunch by picnic or support by our food assistant. Day 9, Bao Lac, Ba Bi Lake distance, plus dash 75 km, D plus, 1500 md-, 1330 m, 40% off-road. We stat biking and off-road. The road is car track, broken road, some part are very bad. But we are biking in the most beautiful track that we cross the Gam River and start a long climb to a small off-road pass on a building track. We cross some Zao villages and keep of road all the time. Up and down stage that leads to the Babe River and lake. If we have time, take boats trip to get close to the east side, Namam side, of the lake where our minibus is waiting for us. Dinner overnight in homestay. Day 10. Ba Bi Lake, Vinh Loc, Hanoi. Much more easy day compared to yesterday. You can stay in bed a bit more than the previous days. Tough riders, only. We driving to Nam Quang village, 27 kilometers, and start biking in there to Cui Phi, 15 kilometers. That would be a pretty long warm-up before we take tough cycling day. Then in the village of Cui Phi, a short but steep climb and down section of track leads to the nice and a bit lost village of Banti. Then we are use broken asphalt road for a while before getting to the intersection, cross road, of Ban Ka. Minibus will take different road and meet you in Ban Ka. Lunch in Ban Ka and then continue biking in the afternoon in very good single track section. Very long and nice riding leads through gorges and lost villages to Dam Hong where the minibus is waiting for you. Then, transfer from Vin Loc to Hanoi. Electric Mountain Bike Guide Tour. $1,680 per person for Giant XTC electric bike, $1,910 per person for Specialized Taro electric bike. What's included? English-speaking local guide, accommodations in homestays and local hotel 2** around trip as mentioned, some hotel very basic standard, meals as noted, B equals breakfast, L equals lunch, D equals dinner, drink as water, coffee, tea, juice for cycling tour, sightseeing and activities as noted in the itinerary, additional guides where necessary, ground transportation with 100% standby, entrance fees and permit, full suspension Cannondale for normal bike, Specialized Tubo Taro or Giant XTC4. Electric Bike Tour.